as The Brink on the internet, with All Tech Now. This is the first episode 0, so it's the one that starts it all. It's not an official one. Episode 1 will be the official first podcast / videocast, whatever you want to call it. That will be this Saturday. Watch out for that. I will be recording these. These are going to be 20-minute casts. They're going to be overviews of tech of the week. It's 20 minutes. It's meant to be for driving and whatnot. I will be doing, as I get more time and as this gets a little bit more popular, I will be doing probably daily. And even every once in a while, I might throw out a daily talk on a subject in either a broad spectrum of games, hardware, software, programming, hardware. I might just specify games, but I definitely want to point out, so I'll have different parts of the podcast, reviews, deals, my thoughts on technology that's going on right now. Right now, I definitely want to point out that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare just came out this week. It's getting good reviews. I haven't played it yet. I'm actually waiting for it to download. I'm excited, actually. I feel like the Call of Duty is getting pretty stale in the sense that they don't bring a whole lot new. I don't play them for the multiplayer either. I usually play Battlefield or something else. So for me, it's probably a waste of money sometimes to buy the full game. But I do enjoy the stories. I like the Black Ops a lot because I do know Russian. Might as well Здравствуйте. I'll just say that. And I want to. I do want to play it. I saw the trailers. It definitely looks like a new direction. I want to also mention that it's the third developer team, actually. So they just started. So now they have 3 development teams, and each one, I think, so they have a 3-year development cycle, which is great because before it was a 2-year development cycle, and now they have a 3 years to help really solidify maybe new content, not reusing too much. Looks like the engine's definitely for the next generation. Thank goodness for PS4 and Xbox One. Even though I'm myself, I'm a citizen of the master race PC. I do have a PS4, and you can watch me play that at times. Once again, this is a podcast. This is what my first one, and so I'll get better with time as I make these, and I'll have a more structured podcast in the future. So, like with Call of Duty, was one of the new things that came out this week. There's multiple other things. Let me look at my list real quick, actually. I wanted to have this ready before, but we're going to get the list out. No, don't play that. Okay. So just give me a second. Okay, so a few things. Okay, there's a new Chrome extension that encrypts your emails, tweets, statuses, updates, Facebook stuff. It is called, hold on. Shadow Crypt. Yeah, that's what it's called. So Shadow Crypt. Definitely look out for that if you want to start encrypting your social networking stuff, which I would, social networking, email, whatnot. You know what you do on the internet. It makes sense. We'll see if I do it. I never feel too threatened if people steal my stuff. I mean, the only thing I do care about, which is already supposed to be secure, is my credit card information, billing, whatnot. I'm not typically too paranoid about that kind of stuff. But that is definitely one thing. I mean, that's a really cool extension for Chrome. start encrypting a lot of your data. Oh, not this week, but in a let's see, when does this? So the Master Chief Collection. So I believe Halo 1 to Halo 4, the remastered of that for Xbox One will be coming out. I believe it's going to be for this holiday season. I'm not sure. It doesn't come out. It's not coming out this week. It comes out in a week or two, if I'm not mistaken. I will correct that in my episode 1. AMD did increase its RAM on their 290X, their R290X series to 8 gigs from 4 to prep for 4K gaming, which, and maybe for games in the future that are going to include more textures anyways, which is a good call. Can the 290X handle 4K gaming right now? I don't think it can handle it very well. After running my two 970s slide, I feel like at 1440 resolution, it struggles a little bit. So at 4K, I think you're going to have other problems besides your 8 gigs of RAM. That's definitely for sure. But does it help with certain games? Yes, it does. Is it? I mean, if they don't increase the price, it doesn't hurt anything. They do need to get a new. The 290X is starting to get a little old. They do need to release. Well, I think it came out this summer though, so they do need to release a new one to compete with the 900 series from Nvidia. Definitely would suggest that from them. So Minecraft is officially a part of Microsoft now. So I guess the whole merge and everything went through. Amazon just released a new speaker. It's supposed to be pretty interesting. It's priced at $199 for Prime members. So if you're Prime member, which I am, it's $99, and it talks to you, and you talk to it. So I guess you control it through voice commands. It'd be kind of interesting. I don't have information on that now. Maybe I'll bring some up if I edit this podcast later. But yeah, for now, no. The next, so for you UK people, the Nexus 6 is getting priced for £499 for the 32 gig and $549 for the 64. So that's good. I'm assuming that's not, well, it's not out yet here. Is it? Don't quote me on that. One of the deals for the week I would definitely look out for is if you, like I've said during my PC building YouTube video that you can go look at. I mean, it's 8 hours, give or take, part 2. It could be more. I would definitely look at if you want to increase the longevity of your CPU, if you want to maybe overclock it a little bit, you typically want to look at GPUs first before you go into CPUs. But there's some deals going on. One of them is from Newegg with the Corsair Hydro Series H80i liquid CPU cooler. I don't remember how much it is. Let's see. It's for $75. Not bad. It's a good cooler. I have the H100i in mine, and it is keeping my CPU. So at idle, it's at like 30. At load, it's at 40. And to be honest, I should be able to get that thing up to like 50 or 60, 70 Celsius without causing too many problems. Once it gets past, I think 70 or 80, it's when you start to have problems. So I still have a lot of headroom for overclocking, which I do have an overclocking button on my motherboard. It's on the back panel, and when I click that, it goes into 3.8 from 3.3 gigahertz, which I don't notice right now because I have so much speed as it is, but in the future it's going to be awesome, especially for some of these games like Evolve. Evolve's a pretty beastly game. At least that's what I noticed with my 670. That's one of the reasons that just made me decide to build my next computer. Is I'm like, well, I need to start playing these things maxed on 1440 because I have some streaming channels, specifically on Twitch, that I like to stream this stuff at an appropriate shouldn't say appropriate, at a fun level of resolution. So 1440 is fun. 4K I'm sure would be better. I'm already downsampling to 720 on the stream just because Twitch doesn't support anything higher than 720 very well. The Moto 360, which I have one right here, and I will do a review. And my review is going to be of after a month of having it. So a different take. Watch out for that video. So the Moto 360 is getting the metal bands finally, between $50 and $80 extra, which isn't too bad. I don't like the metal bands because I have hair on my arms and it pulls it. So yeah, watch out for that. The LG G Watch is going to be for $300 on Google Play. And I don't know when it comes out, but it's definitely for at least pre-order or at least a viewing. You can go to Google Play store and see the LG G Watch, and the G Watch is kind of like the Moto 360, except for it has I think it has like a diving meter or whatever, that one thing that's around the edge, and that's the only difference. And to be honest, I don't like that design pattern because it looks like it'd be a little bit more difficult to press on the screen. That's it for right now for this episode. I mean, there's more news, but that's all I really care to mention. Getting back to my computer, I built a new computer. It's an Intel 5820K, 3.3 gigahertz, 6 core. I'm normally an AMD fan, so this is a big jump for me. But my AMD was giving me some problems, and so I'm like, and I know that Intel right now is dominating. So price performance, if I was going to go with AMD with everything, I'd probably get a better. If I spent $1,500, I'd probably get better parts than Intel. Than Intel and Nvidia, at least in speed wise. But since I spent about $2,300 on it, my computer, what I have right now beats Intel or AMD in both markets with my 970s and my 5820 CPU. So yeah, and I also got two 970s in Sly. They seem to be working great. I tested out a few games. Battlefield was running at a good 100, 120 between those. Sometimes dipped down to 90. Maxed out 1440 resolution. I was pretty impressed with that. That one's usually one that I struggled with on the last generation. I didn't have any crashing issues. It worked great over my old stuff. Then I also tried. What was the next one? I tried BioShock Infinite. I maxed that one out 1440 on episode 1. So it wasn't the true, it was the Under the Sea or whatever episode. And getting between 30 and 60. I was a little disappointed, to be honest, that I was hitting 30. I was hoping to never get below 50 or 60 on games. But to be fair, I would not say BioShock is an optimized game. It is not optimized at all for running smoothly on anything. I mean, if you run a Titan, maybe, but I was looking at benchmarks for the two 970s, and the Titan, it actually holds its own against the Titans. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good deal. I mean, it's $400 less than the Titan. The Titan's like a year or two old. Then I also played The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I was getting a good 100 frames. Beautiful game. If you haven't played it, definitely go out and pick it up. It's $20. Support the developers at The Astronauts. They did a good job with that. If you like a narrative story that's action's kind of a little bit less action, has a little bit of an horror undertone at times, more Myst-like, but more, I feel like it's a lot more interactive. You have a very good plot, very good. You start at scene 1 and go through different scenes. It's super good. So that's definitely I definitely give that a thumbs up for trying. Support them. They did a good job. $20 isn't much. It takes about 3 to 4 or 5 maybe hours out of your time. So I mean, if you don't have a whole lot of time, that's definitely a good story. Definitely good gameplay. Definitely beautiful graphics to try out. It worked good on my 670. It works great on my 970, my two 970s. And so yeah, check that one out. I also tried out, what was it? Let me check this out real quick. It was, oh yeah, Wolfenstein: The New Order. Another one where it's super detailed. I maxed it out. I maxed out everything, which is probably a bad idea because I'm sure some of that stuff probably didn't matter once it got past a certain amount. I was running about 30 to 40, between 30 and 60 again, kind of like the BioShock Infinite. Little disappointed once again. Was it playable? Yes. Was I losing some frames from streaming it? Because that's what I was doing. I probably was losing about 5 to 10 frames. But it's still, I mean, as long as it's above 30, it is definitely playable. If you're in a multiplayer setting, that isn't very acceptable, but in a single player setting, 30 is fine. I mean, that's what a lot of consoles are going towards, more of the 60, but I mean, past consoles, we were playing on 30 with the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So yeah, definitely check those games out. If you haven't already. I mean, some of them are, I mean, they're all pretty, I mean, Wolfenstein's 6 months old, and a couple other ones are more than like 2 years old. So, but the Vanishing of Ethan Carter did come out last month. So I think it was either in October or September. Check that out. Definitely give that a recommendation. Yeah, I mean, my new setup is awesome. 16 gigs of DDR4. Do I notice a difference? Probably not right now. I mean, a little bit, might get like a few percents higher. I just wanted to get a new PC, like a new generation kind of PC. And so I went and spent a little extra to make sure that was it. What I would recommend, if you're a little bit lower on a budget, if you're looking for something around 1500, go with a 4000 level Intel CPU and get yourself 16 gigs of RAM, DDR3 for half the price, and just run a 970 or a 980. You might even be able to pick up a 980. If you get a cheap enough motherboard, you could probably pick up a 980 and have probably a very similar system to mine for 1500 instead of 23. I decided to go more future-proofing, got a nicer motherboard that has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth on it. The motherboard is a Gigabyte X99 G1 gaming board with Wi-Fi. So far, it's great. I only had one problem with the RAM modules not being installed in the proper channel, so make sure they're in the proper channel. I thought I had them in channel 1. They were in channel 2, so definitely make sure to watch out for that. So yeah, keep an eye out for my future videos. This is episode 0. I'd like you to go visit some of my projects I've done in the past and I'm still working on. One of them two of them are related to League of Legends, lolcounterbuilds.com and lolcountersim.com. Go to those, use those for helping you do better in League of Legends. And you can go to, do I have anything else? I have a couple of mobile apps. If you like Half-Life, I have a mobile app called Half-Life Quiz. Half-Life half-life : quiz. So Half-Life Quiz. You can see that on Android. It's not on iPhone yet. And then also my developer account on Android is Brink Ops, so you can see my other apps. I have a couple other ones. The one that does the best, and the one that the most successful one is the Half-Life Quiz. Definitely check it out. Yeah, so I think this is it for episode 0. I will have a more organized podcast hopefully next time, a more organized video, and maybe even with some photos as I continue on. I mean, this is my first one. I want to drastically improve this and make it the best experience that you guys can get from all your tech. And that is it for now. I'll see you guys next time and have a great day.